Hi everybody, welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. My name is Sarah. It has been a long time since we've been in the kitchen together, just you guys and me. Today I have some really awesome things in store to share with you guys. 3 of my very favorite summertime recipes. Now, summer is coming, spring is here in some parts of the country, and it's time for us to start focusing on those kinds of meals that we're going to serve in the summer, whether that's to our family, friends, at barbecues, at the pool, at the beach, graduation parties, all of those kinds of things that you can take to share with your friends and family. One thing that we absolutely love in the spring and in the summer are foods that do not heat up the kitchen and that are not hot, because the last thing I want to do after working outside in the garden all day in the heat is number 1, to come in and be heating up the house with the stove. But also, I really don't want to eat hot food in the summer. So there are some things that we absolutely love to make when it's hot outside, and those are salads and pasta salads. So today I'm not going to share with you salad and pasta salad recipes, but I am going to share with you our family's 3 favorite dressings for both salad and pasta salad. Really, you can use them on both. There are some really major reasons why I choose to make homemade salad dressing. The first is health-wise. When you make your own salad dressing, you choose the ingredients and the quality of ingredients that you are putting into the recipes that you're making for your family. I think it's very important to minimize the amount of preservatives, chemicals, high fructose corn syrup in the meals that we are fixing to serve to our family and to our friends and loved ones. So that's one of the main reasons why I like to make everything homemade as much as I can, but also dressings. The next time you're in the grocery store, if you're in the dressing aisle or the section with the dressings, go ahead and pick a couple of your favorites up and look at the ingredients. They're filled with things that are not good for you. Lots of sugar, lots of low quality oils, preservatives, dyes, and flavorings that don't even really tell you what are in those flavorings. There are several recipes out there, you guys, for dressings and pasta salad dressings that are so easy, only have a couple of ingredients, take nearly no time at all to make, and I'm going to share with you today 3 of our favorites. The first one is an Italian dressing. It's actually a vinaigrette. Vinaigrettes are so good for you guys. I want to encourage you to give them a try. The second dressing I'm going to be sharing with you is a sesame dressing, sesame vinaigrette. And then also one that is fantastic for like a Mexican salad or pasta salad. It's my Mexican vinaigrette. They're all very easy. They're all very cost effective. You're in control of the quality of ingredients that are in your food. So let's get started. So we're going to start off with our family's favorite vinaigrette. It's really our everyday vinaigrette. It's the Italian dressing or vinaigrette. Now the nice thing about this recipe is if you don't like the kind of oil that I'm using, or if you don't like the kind of vinegar that I'm using, just substitute out for whatever your favorite ingredient is. Even the spices, you can put whatever flavorings and spices in there that you would like. Okay, so we're starting off with the vinegar and the oil. Basically, a vinaigrette is just an emulsified or combination of an oil and a vinegar, and then you just put salt and some spices in it. I love to have vinaigrette with a mild flavored oil. I prefer either avocado oil, which is what I'm using today, or a really mild flavored olive oil. Now, both of these kinds of oils are very good for you. I would stay away from the vegetable oils, canola oils, because really those aren't good for you health-wise. I prefer to have less oil in my vinaigrettes than vinegar. I just don't like oily salad. So today we're going to be starting off with 1/3 of a cup of avocado oil. Now, all of my salad dressings I make in just mason jars because they're really easy to shake up, easy to store in the refrigerator, and I just have a bunch of jars, so that just makes a lot of sense for me. The vinegar, we're going to be using 1/2 of a cup of vinegar. Today I am using red wine vinegar, but I love all kinds of vinegar. You could substitute whatever you like. If you like balsamic vinegar, use that. white wine vinegar, use that. Even apple cider vinegar is fantastic in this recipe. In fact, when I'm making a cabbage salad, I use the same recipe, but I use apple cider vinegar. So today, red wine vinegar, we're gonna use 1/2 cup. Got that? We're gonna pour that right into the jar. Now, I wanted to share with you that I've been having a hard time finding avocado oil in the grocery store. Sometimes they have it, sometimes they don't. Sometimes it's a good deal, sometimes it's really expensive. So I've started buying my avocado oil from Azure Standard. Azure Standard is an online food co-op. They have fantastic products. A lot of them are organic and they actually are a really good price. So what you do is order online, and then there is a drop-off point in your community once a month, so they don't ship right to your house. You go to a meeting point in the community where a big semi-load of everybody's food arrives, and you get together and unload it. You grab your food and take it home. The reason that I like them so much is that I can buy bulk items. Like when I buy herbs that I can't grow at home or haven't been successful growing them at home, I can buy like 1 pound of dried basil. I can get a gallon of coconut oil. I can get 25 pounds of sugar or pinto beans, whatever it is that you like to have on hand in larger quantities. Azure Standard is where I turn. Now, if you're interested in that, you can look in the description section below for a link to their website. As I go through this video, I'm going to share with you the products that I'm using today that are from Azure Standard. I really do just love their products. So avocado oil is one of the products that I get from them. Okay, so we've had our vinegar, we've had our oil. That really is what you need for a vinaigrette, except you need to add some flavor. So this vinaigrette is Italian, so we need to add some Italian spices after all, otherwise it wouldn't taste very good. So I am going to be using 3 different Italian type seasonings. If you don't have these, but you have Italian seasoning, go ahead and use that. If you don't like one of these, just leave it out and either add more of something else or substitute something else in. But we're going to be adding 1/2 teaspoon of basil, 1/2 teaspoon of thyme, and 1/2 teaspoon of oregano. Now, out of these 3, I have ordered the oregano and basil from Azure Standard because I just didn't have enough from my previous harvest to make it through the year. But the thyme, not only was it grown on our homestead, but we actually used our brand new freeze dryer from Harvest Right, and I freeze dried that. It tastes amazing. Now, when you're cooking, the best herbs to use are fresh herbs. But if you don't have fresh herbs, I would say the next best thing would be freeze-dried herbs because they maintain 100% of their nutrients and a lot more flavor than dried herbs. But I am using some dried herbs today. Also, the rule of thumb using fresh herbs versus dried herbs is if you use, say, 1 teaspoon of a dried herb, you would use 1 tablespoon of a fresh herb. So 1/2 teaspoon would be 1/2 tablespoon. So that's something to keep in mind. It's just an easy conversion for you. So we have our Italian seasonings in there. I'm going to add just a few shakes of black pepper. We also need 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is pink Himalayan salt. We also get that in bulk from Azure Standard. I actually buy it in 5-pound increments at a time. And we like it because it is not a processed salt. So all of the minerals that came out of the ground in the salt are still in the salt when we use them. And that's important for us and for our health. We also are going to add 1/2 teaspoon of granulated garlic. Now, you could use 1 clove of minced garlic, but you know what? Right now, I don't have any fresh garlic, so I am just going to use some granulated garlic. If you prefer fresh, go ahead and use that. Lastly, we are going to add 2 teaspoons of honey. My honey actually got a little solid, so I just put it in a double boiler, warmed it up a little bit, and it came back to liquid again. Okay, so you guys, that is all for this Italian vinaigrette recipe. We are just going to put on the top, and this is one of the awesome reasons to use a jar. You can just shake it up. It emulsifies, which means that the oil and the vinegar kind of blend together. You'll shake this until all of the honey is dissolved. That actually takes the longest out of all of this. So this is ready to serve immediately, or it can sit on your counter until dinner. The longer it sits, the more flavorful it will be. If you don't use all of it within that meal, just put it in the refrigerator and it'll be good for about a week. The Italian vinaigrette is perfect, obviously, for a salad, but makes such a good pasta salad. Add in the fresh veggies that you like. Wonderful. You can take it anywhere you want. They'll love it, I promise. Okay, let's move on to the next vinaigrette recipe. Okay, let's move on to the next dressing recipe, and this one's going to be a sesame vinaigrette, kind of like an oriental salad dressing. I absolutely love it. Again, it would be fantastic either in like an oriental salad, chicken salad, something like that, or what a yummy pasta salad this would make. Okay, we're going to start off again with 1/3 cup of oil and 1/2 cup of vinegar. I'm going to use the same avocado oil as before. We're going to do 1/3 cup in another jar. And then this time the vinegar that I'm going to be using is actually a rice vinegar, very inexpensive from the store, and we're going to be using 1/2 cup. Are you kind of getting the pattern here? 1/3 oil, 1/2 cup of vinegar, and then add like all your flavorings and stuff. Really, if you like to experiment with things, if you want to start experimenting with vinaigrettes, just use that formula and just start adding in different things that you enjoy in a salad. I bet you'll be able to make some fantastic homemade vinaigrette recipes for you and your family as well. Okay, moving on. Now remember, I don't have any garlic cloves, so you could put in 1 minced garlic clove. I'm actually going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of granulated garlic. What makes the most wonderful flavor in this vinaigrette is sesame seed oil, hence sesame vinaigrette. You can use 1, 2, or 3 tablespoons of the sesame oil, but I'm going to do 2 tablespoons. This sesame oil is a little bit on the expensive side, and sesame oil itself is a very powerful flavor. So the next ingredient we're going to be adding is, well, we're going to be using a soy sauce substitute. I'm actually using coconut aminos. We don't eat any soy in our house, so we just substitute the coconut aminos. You can use soy sauce, you can use the other soy aminos, but we like the coconut aminos. We just don't want to eat soy. There's some controversy about whether or not that is good for you. So 1 tablespoon of that. That is also going to add some fantastic flavor. We're going to add 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Now, I generally prefer lime juice, but I don't have any, so I'm going to use lemon juice. And actually, fresh lime juice or fresh lemon juice would be even better. 1/2 of a lime or 1/2 of a lemon. But instead, I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of lemon juice. Kevin goes through phases where he drinks a ton of limeade or lemonade, and he has about drank me out of house and home with the lemon juice and the lime juice. So this is actually all I have left in the entire house. I'm going to add just a little bit of salt, not a whole lot, because the coconut aminos themselves, like soy sauce, have quite a bit of salt already. I'm going to add a few shakes of black pepper and 2 teaspoons of honey to really sweeten that up. And that's it, you guys. It is so easy. Again, just shake it up. Shake it until all of the honey is dissolved in there. Again, you can serve it right away. You can wait until dinner. You can keep it on the countertop. I wouldn't say for more than a couple of hours. Anything that you don't use, put in the refrigerator. It will be fantastic the next day or a few days later, but I would use it up within a week. So easy. I hope you try this, you guys. Okay, the last recipe that we're gonna do is my Mexican vinaigrette. I actually call it my taco salad vinaigrette. I love taco salads, don't you guys? You can really take any kind of taco meat that you have or that you would make for your family, put it on a bed of lettuce with some fantastic other vegetables, onions, tomatoes, peppers, sour cream, you name it. Whatever you like on your tacos or in your burritos, you put it in there. Refried beans, Mexican rice. Anyway, so I'm gonna show you my taco salad vinaigrette that is so easy, but it just makes a huge difference in a taco salad. Now, this recipe, my taco salad vinaigrette, is just about as easy as it can get. We are going to be using a blender to blend it up, but it doesn't make a huge quantity. And I suppose if you didn't want to use a blender, you didn't have to. Okay, we're going to start off with 1 cup of your favorite salsa. So we make a ton of salsa with all of the ingredients from our garden every year. I'm going to be using my jalapeno salsa from last summer. Like I said, I do a lot of canning and I can all of our own salsa, and this recipe, the jalapeno salsa, is from my very favorite canning book. It's in our Amazon shop. It's called The Ball Complete Book of Home Preserving. I talk about this in a lot of my canning videos. Absolutely love it. If you don't have it yet and you're gonna can, I would suggest you getting this now before everybody in the world wants one during canning season. Okay, so we're gonna start off with 1 cup or 1 jelly jar of your salsa. Store-bought, homemade, doesn't matter. I'm gonna take the top off. This is a really awesome vintage can top opener. It doesn't ruin your canning lids. I guess you can get them on eBay. I've been lucky to have people just think of me and send them to me, so I really appreciate that. Okay, 1 cup of salsa. In this recipe, I'm using 1/2 of a cup instead of a third, 1/2 of a cup of oil. I'm using avocado oil. Put that in there because we need that oil to emulsify with the liquid to make just that wonderful kind of plump texture of a vinaigrette. We're gonna add some spices, some seasonings. This is cumin, or cumin, however you say it. 1/2 of a teaspoon. I buy this also from Azure Standard in bulk. About 1 pound of cumin is 1 quart jar. So that's good. Also doing 1/2 of a teaspoon of garlic, granulated garlic. Again, if you have fresh, go ahead and use 1 clove of minced garlic. We're doing 1/2 of a teaspoon of salt. We're gonna use 2 to 3 tablespoons of lime juice. If you have lime juice, it just tastes so good. I don't have lime juice, I'm using lemon juice. It'll still be really good. So 2 to 3 tablespoons of lime or lemon juice, whatever you got. This takes the place of the vinegar of a vinaigrette. We're not adding vinegar to this vinaigrette. And the last ingredient, we are gonna add some cilantro. Now remember, fresh is best, but I don't have fresh. It's not in season and I don't have any in my garden. Second, for me, in my opinion, is freeze-dried. I actually have some home freeze-dried cilantro. The color is absolutely gorgeous, you guys. Look at that. I'm gonna put a couple pinches of that into there. That's all that's in there, guys. I'm gonna put the blender top on there. We're just gonna blend it up in the blender. There you go. Easy peasy homemade taco salad vinaigrette. Okay guys, there you go. 3 very quick and easy salad dressing, pasta salad dressing recipes. I will make sure to type these all up and put the recipes themselves in the description of the video down below, so make sure you can take a look at that so you don't have to take notes and watch this again. And if you do end up trying these recipes, I would absolutely love to see them in action either on your Facebook page or your Instagram page. Make sure that you tag me and let me know what you think. And if your family loves them, if you use them on pasta, whatever, I would love to know. And the best way that you can help me and our channel is to share this video with all the people that you know that would absolutely love it. Spring get-togethers, graduation parties, summer parties. Make sure you use these and give them a try. I know you'll love them and you'll feel so confident that you know the ingredients inside of them and that it is healthy. You guys, I appreciate you coming to the kitchen today. I know it's been a long time. I appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to share. Thanks so much for stopping by our homestead and my kitchen. Take care and God bless.